Hi, in this today's video I am going to go over why Shadow Mewtwo feels weak if you start to play. If you want to choose Shadow Mewtwo as your main, or you want to play as Shadow Mewtwo versus any opponent. So so why Shadow Mewtwo is weak? He is actually weak because if you if Shadow Mewtwo wants to punish an opponent, he will have he will need it is much harder for Shadow Mewtwo than any other characters because first thing why, because of his low HP. As you can see now, Shadow Mewtwo has 480, and now Empoleon has about 630 HP. And then, so if you are a new player like myself, when I start playing Shadow Mewtwo, I lose a lot because I do not know what makes him powerful and what can makes him punishable by the opponent. And you might feel it's kind of unfair or stressful, but if you choose your Pokemon move or your move in the field phase and dual phase, I mean, you can actually win games. You just need to know why are they have more priority than any other move that you use. And so, for example, in field phase, the best move are sidewise into sword, and I also like Shadow Ball for projectile priority. And then if your opponents like to jump a lot, I go with back Y, and then I also like to do back Y into Miracle Eye. Yeah. Or if you want to block the opponent on field phase, you can do side Y Miracle Eye. This can block the opponent. And also why Shadow Mewtwo is weak, because let's say for example in dual phase, so in the neutral, Shadow Mewtwo need to be very careful in the kind of in the range that Shadow Mewtwo at. The distance between his opponent, because every hit that Shadow Mewtwo hit take will matters more than any other character. So if the opponent is, let's say, on block, and Shadow Mewtwo does this, okay, now he is very negative on block, and with this hit that he completed, he is on frame disadvantage because he is about minus he is minus negative 12, negative 16, and there is no other move that can recover. No, he have to find different defensive options to back away from that negative frame advantage. Okay, either like backdash or try to block or jump away. Yeah, so if he does this in every match and he has frame disadvantage, and opponent somehow can counter this move, okay, then Shadow Mewtwo will take a lot of mix up combo damage. if the opponent know how to combo very well. And yeah, so that's why. So let's say he do this 5y and opponent is on block, he is at minus 12. So but if Shadow Mewtwo do this and Miracle Eye, he is at minus 8, and the next follow up he can do is jump away and reflect, or he can also backdash. At least he is much faster than he will recover much faster. And next, so Shadow Mewtwo is not like let's say Lucario, where you can button smash, bone rush, or it's like this UI, you can button smash and get easy combos. And a lot of his move requires timing as well. For example, his combos also need timing. Like, okay, after 6x is Miracle Eye. Yeah. And so let's say you just smash 5yy, button smash 5yy. Yeah, you get a combo, but you are actually negative. It's actually minus 12. And then if opponents decide not to block anymore, you can get hit back. So that's why it's also important. It's also good to know Shadow Mewtwo's Pokemon move, and which move has can give him an frame advantage. So instead of button smashing 5yy, okay, the correct way is 5yy, Miracle Eye, and jump reflect to defend yourself. Because if Shadow Mewtwo is very negative and opponent just like do a different aerial attack or different attack based on height that can counter 5yy, Shadow Mewtwo will take a lot of mix up combo damage. And then and then the next thing is you won't feel he is weak anymore if you know about how what risk you can take, and what the reward is if you get a confirm hit. Okay, Shadow Mewtwo can deal a lot of output damage, and so the reward is you need to get a confirm hit every single time, and you need to trade, let's say in the duel phase, you need to trade very safely and not to get not to be near to the opponent zone where you can get punishable, or and you also need to be careful of your frame advantage. If you are really on disadvantage, you need to know how to defend. Yeah, so it's all up, and it's yeah and why you think he's weak and useless is because Mewtwo will do self damage. Like right now he's doing 30 self recall to 20 self recall self damage while using the Shadow Ball. And if he do Siren Slash, he also deals a lot of damage. And so another thing, if you are trying to deal damage with Psywave, every time you will take self damage. Plus, if you do that and opponent is on block, you are also at a very disadvantage of in like frame disadvantage. So you need to be careful of using your power move, your Pokemon move, as well as your helpless move to, like, manage your health better. And the way you can do this is is not to overuse your A Psywave move too often. Okay, I can just go here and try to back away, or go 6x and try to defend. Yeah, or disengage. I try to hit, disengage, and try to reset. And the next thing is also knowing your matchups very well, like how good they can counter your moves, whether some of their command counters or command counter can counter your attacks and all that. Yeah. So matchup, if you do not know your matchup well against every character, you can also like make a very poor timing attack. Okay, so you don't need perfect combos. Okay, you need timing attacks then can get you a confirm hit, and then you can follow up with a combo after that. And why Mewtwo's timing attacks is important, because, like, for example, this one, see, this one, yeah, see, it requires timing as well. So for example, if I do this, I need to wait for 3 hits for the pillar to complete to deal maximum damage. So like here, okay, let's do it again. Okay, see that combo, I can mess up that combo because of not having good the exact timing to execute that combo. Hey, I do wrong again. Let's try again. So that's the combo. We deal about 200 damage. And that's all for Shadow Mewtwo. If I played him for quite some time, and he can feel very weak first, but if you manage to like learn how to manage his wrist light frame disadvantage, self recall damage, and winning neutral and also footsies, you can win games. And thank you for staying until the end of this video. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel.